All right, well, protective equipment, good idea. I should have had long sleeves on, but I'm okay. And basically the brush is done. Now I just have a pile of wood that has to be moved, but the brush is out of the way in this little section, and I need a little chainsaw work. I need to do a little chainsaw work, and so instead of a pile of brush, I have a pile of brand new fresh wood chips, which I can now inoculate with mushroom mycelium, and or use for walkways or for mulch or lots of other things. So viva la brush. Yeah. So yeah, not a bad way to spend a Tuesday afternoon. It's getting overcast, and the pigs are all taking naps behind me here in the pig pen, which will soon expand for this whole field. And I've been figuring out how I want to do that while I've been doing the brush. So a lot of these jobs that, you know, a corporate person would think, oh, you know, let's hire somebody at a lower wage than the CEO to do this, right? But sometimes doing the menial things, the hands-on things, you learn your tools, you learn your machines, you learn your land, you have time to think about stuff. It's great exercise. I mean, I was pulling just like I was pulling in a tug of war, you know, pulling on these branches, and I didn't fall backwards once. So I've learned how to pull more carefully than last year. And yeah, so I think what I'm basically gonna do is leave the fence in place that's here, the electric fence, and then tie another piece in either here on this little path, or use the original pen up here for a fence, tie into the side and then down the hill and down by the water, so that the pigs will actually move out of where they are into this other area. There's still plenty of shade in here. I have to get rid of some more of the brush and stuff before I can do that. So that's, you know, having a reason to move the brush now. And actually the chipper's actually working for, you know, it worked for 2 hours here. So I'm gonna shut it all down. I'm gonna take a break, stay hydrated, and I'll pick up the story later. I found a wonderful flush of Winecap mushrooms. It's almost dinner time, so I've just harvested a ton of them, and have a look. So they get really big. That they start out, this is why they call them wine caps. And then eventually, all that black stuff, that's just spores from mushrooms that were above them. And eventually, they'll kind of disintegrate and just cover this bed with black spores. And this is the second flush I've gotten. There's another one. Oh, there's another nice young one in here. It's kind of getting them and learning. There we go. I just turned the video off by mistake. So I probably wouldn't sell the ones with the spores on them. I would try to maybe sell the smaller ones or the younger ones, but I think we're gonna put these in dinner. Ha! All right, so here's some wine caps that have been kind of, you know, covered with spores. So I don't know if I really want them, and I have a ton of them. They're getting a little mature here. That's a pretty good size one. That one I think I'll use for dinner, but the rest I think are kind of, you know, I got them too late. I got to check this bed more often. But in about 5 minutes, and this is the first season, and I'm definitely going to inoculate more beds, because particularly when they're young, they're very attractive little mushrooms. I like these little guys. If I could get them like that, or kind of at this stage, that's more appealing, palatable looking thing. You know, thinking about selling it. But yeah. And then look at my hand, it's covered with black spores. So for dinner, we're gonna have Winecap mushrooms.
Yes.
And we're gonna have ground pork from 8 O'Clock Ranch. And I'm gonna go outside and get some tender young kale to saute up with this. And then we're gonna have corn on the cob. And I think we'll just finish up yesterday's salad, which is still fresh.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get more salad.
No.
I have a tomato here. And a couple of, I'll just add the tomato to that, and we'll have a fabulous meal.
Yeah.
Yes, sirree, here at Healing Pastures and Apocalypse Gardens.
Yeah.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
The vlog is back.
The blog is back.
The vlog is back.
Well, we're going to do it every day.
All right. It's time for things pigs like that we are done eating. The pig's favorite time of day, or favorite day. They don't always get something, but tonight they're getting watermelon rinds and corn cabs. Oh, piggies. There you are. Where's my piggy friends? It's Twinkle Toes, Rubber Tummy, and Dinner. See, Dinner is still the least friendly. Right in there. Hi, Dinner. And you guys can snurfle on my leg, but don't be chewing on it. Where's my girl? Where's my girl? Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Sorry. Whoop. Sorry. It's hard to hold the camera and distribute treasures. They're pretty happy, but you can really see the one in the middle is Rubber Tummy. She's actually bigger. But Twinkle Toes is catching up. Twinkle Toes was the smallest one. But Dinner is kind of in the middle. But they're all gaining weight pretty well. And you eat like pigs. Rubber Tummy got a peach. They don't care if it's a mealy peach. It's funny because they won't eat the whole watermelon rind. They just eat the inside. Pretty appetizing. You are gonna taste good, kids. Gotta go. Bye. So, I think for me, I really enjoy the fact that I check on the pigs now every morning. I check on them every evening. I do the same with my plants. It's a ritual, but it's also a good practice. and to just pay attention, you know, and as someone who is, you know, an anxiety, I heard a great blue heron. As someone who was like was an anxious kid, a hypervigilant kid, hypervigilance, I'm actually using it to good end, right? I'm using it for a positive purpose, not just, you know, hypervigilant to see if someone's mad at me, or hypervigilant to see if I said something stupid or that hurt somebody's feelings that I didn't mean to, or all that kind of stuff. So just paying attention, and again, not taking stuff personally, but paying attention to what's going on, and, you know, making improvements in as many ways as you can, but not too much at one time, right? So, yeah, so, and I need to check the raspberries, because I have not picked any raspberries today. And let's see. Whoa. Let's see what. Oh yeah, we got raspberries. Gonna have a dessert. I already had watermelon. Gonna have some raspberries, so I'm gonna go get a little thing to pick them. And I didn't show anybody my kale yesterday. I'm gonna show you my kale now. All right, so in this bed I have a bunch of young kale that I just threw the seeds in because I couldn't really separate them easily from the plants. These are seeds that I basically harvested, and I have a whole jar full of them. So I threw them in there to see what would happen, and we actually had these for dinner. And while they're kind of a little smaller and younger, they're a little more tender than this, which is the grown-up version, which I've actually harvested pretty hard yesterday. And then over here is kale that nobody wanted, so I've already killed some of it. I'm gonna get rid of that. And then here I have a whole crop of arugula, and this is a different kind of kale. Yummy, yummy. So this kale has done very well, very resistant to bugs, and people like it. And I just have to kind of harvest it in a different way. I make the bunches up as I go. And I could probably do that with the other kind as well. And just kind of get a sense of how many go in each bunch. Then I have a volunteer tomato, a bunch of volunteer tomatoes, and this is a weed. Look at that. That's a hell of a root. And I have a little false cardamom that somehow got transplanted with this. It's not doing well there. And I got a bunch of tomatoes over there that need to be, well, they're not gonna make it because we're gonna get a frost in a couple weeks. But yeah, so I think it's time to harvest some raspberries. Perfect end to a very busy day. That raspberry is falling off the plant. Oh, that's so good. And I gotta start thinking about where I'm gonna transplant my hazelnuts. They're not doing well in these pots. Gotta get them in the ground. And my comfrey is actually competing with this apple tree. It's supposed to support the apple tree. Pull it back a little bit. So, but the comfrey, I'm gonna harvest it. I need to make some comfrey tea, and I need to see if I can dry a bunch of it and see if I can get the pigs to eat it. I'm told they'll eat it. And I gotta think about where I really want the asparagus, because I've either got to transplant it or turn this into an asparagus patch and let them grow in the ground, not in these little mini raised beds. So much to think about. And the other apple tree over here is not very happy. But it's surviving. We'll see. We'll see what it needs next year. And yeah, I'm gonna go harvest some raspberries. All right, well, I started out to pick raspberries, but it turned out I had some strawberries. And you know, not a full thing, but certainly enough to make it worth my while. And here we are at the raspberries. Gonna do it. And it's the other end of the day ritual of we open the door in the morning. Today we're closing the door. And just taking a look around. Looks like something ate one of these little cucumbers. Just bit it right off. And I have more green lacewing eggs coming tomorrow. And I probably should spray the myco-insecticide, which is a fungus that basically infects aphids and mites and thrips and causes them to stop eating, and so they die. And unfortunately, this to me looks like earwig damage. Like the earwigs are chewing on that at night. And I found a couple of earwigs this morning wrapped up in some of these leaves. They like hiding places. Like, what is that? No, that's not an earwig. But it's a jungle in here. Pretty cool place to be a bug. And cucumbers seem to be on everybody's menu. But like, we're the only people. We eat the fruit, but everything else just eats the whole plant. Yeah. All right, so close that door. Gonna close this other door. The automatic fan is still working, but it's, you know, part of the daily ritual. I like it. Start the morning and end the day. This is not a bungee cord. I have one somewhere, but I kind of ran out. Ran out of bungee cords. And so that fan will turn off when it's time, and I guess we're done.